Alright, what's up YouTube? So my name is Ace.
My name is Amma.
And welcome to our YouTube channel, Ace and Amma. We have a lot of different content we want to bring to y'all, such as pranks, public pranks where we tricking people. We have competitions between each other, such as like who's the smarter twin, just get y'all kind of like the everyday life of what it's like to be a twin. We got a lot of energy and we feel like we got a lot that we could bring to the table.
Yeah, we real fun, we real lit, we got an image that other people don't have, so we just want to bring it to the table and really show y'all like what it's really like to be a twin. Strap in your seatbelts, cause it's gonna be a good ride, feel me? You're gonna take off like the Migos. That wasn't hard.
No. Alright, let's get into it. So you want to know what it's like to be a twin. So you have your cons and you have your pros. We gave y'all 5 different points on your cons and your pros. So for the cons, we have 5 points, and for the pros, we have 5 points. So overall, we have 10 points for y'all. And we're going to start with the cons first, and then we're going to start with the pros last. So con number 1 is dramatic reactions. When I tell you it is so annoying to have dramatic reactions, we get this almost every day. Like, it's really annoying. It's like the dramatic reactions to the point where it's like, they're so loud, like you can hear them across the damn street talking about something. Oh my gosh, are y'all twins? I can't believe it. Y'all look so much alike. And you get to asking 1,000 questions. Like, it gets annoying after a while.
I remember this one time we was at work. We worked at the same job. So he was working in like one section, I was working in the other. You feel me? And some girl came up all hype. She like, oh my God, y'all twins and all this other stuff. And you're like, I just seen him over here, and then he was over here. And I'm like, it's just hype. Like, you can hear it. Like, you be in a bathroom and hear her from the goddamn store. Like, at the point, like, you feel me, it's good, but like when you loud, you feel me, and doing, that's the part like where it get annoying. Like, I understand like you excited to see a twin, you really don't see him, honestly, you don't really see him often, so I understand that you're excited and stuff, but I swear it just be too much sometimes, especially when you go through it, you feel me, repetitively. It gets annoying sometimes.
Con number 2 is being identified as the same person. It gets to a point, it doesn't like, get me like heated or anything like that. Not too much stuff get me heated, but this is like when they just swear up and down that I'm him, and it's like, it's annoying because it's like, number one, like, why do I have to explain myself to who I am? Like, I know I'm a twin and it's like we look alike. Some people try to like really go back and forth saying, oh, how are you really this twin? Like, can you prove it? What do you I really don't get it.
They call me his name or whatever, you feel me, and they be like, oh, it don't matter, y'all the same person. Like, that get me heated the most. Like, we're not the same person. Like, especially as we grew up as like men now, you feel me, it get to a point like we're our own person, you feel me. Sometimes we like doing shit together, sometimes we don't, sometimes we want our own space. Don't get me wrong, we spend most of our time with each other, like most of our time, but there's certain parts where you feel me, we just want to do what we want to do, you feel me. So when you say we the same person, like, it gets me mad sometimes, you feel me, because I know we look alike and we're twins, but we're not the same person at all. Like, we got 2 different personalities, and y'all gonna see that more throughout our YouTube channel.
So con number 3 for being a twin is like really emotional, because it's like we have this emotional attachment that only twins can probably understand. If I don't see him all day, I won't feel myself. I might not be as outgoing as I usually am when I'm around him, and it's like when I'm not around him, it's like sometimes it's just, I don't know, like sometimes I just don't feel myself, and then like when I see him again, like, sometimes I'm actually kind of hyped to see him. I ain't gonna lie. It's kind of weird to explain, but it's like it's this emotional bond and emotional attachment that we have towards each other, to a point where it's like I'm not really fully myself around him. If that makes sense.
And it was this one time I was in college, and he wasn't in college because his dumbass got left behind. But I went to college or whatever. And from there, it was just like, before that, we spent our time with each other like almost all the time, every day I seen him and all that. When I went to college, you feel me, for like the 4 months, because COVID came or whatever. So I went to college for like 4 or 5 months, I think. And then it was kind of hard, not having somebody there. It's like kind of missing a part of you feel me, like somebody that really understands you, somebody that act like you, somebody that knows what you like, you feel me, and stuff like that. Like, it was kind of hard to, you feel me, try to distance ourselves and stuff like that. So that was definitely a hard part.
To let you know, bro, that was really touching. I appreciate it.
Con number 4.
So con number 4 is having to share. It's not the best all the time. Like, when we was young, we didn't want to do the same thing all the time. So like, maybe we was playing a game one time. If he was playing the game, I would have to wait until he's done playing the game, because like sometimes your moms or something like that, your pop, they don't have the money to afford 2 games or 2 TVs. Like, it just don't work like that in life sometimes, and it is what it is. So it's like we had to share. We might like fight over it sometimes, and it's annoying, but I mean, it's a con, because that goes with everything. Like, if we go to the mall and my mom sees something that we like, and you know, she don't like, it's not another option that we both like, then we just won't get it, because it's like one can't have something nice and the other not get anything. Like, it's not fair. So always had to play the fair rule, I guess you could say. Kind of like annoying, but
that's definitely not the biggest con, but it definitely is a con.
Con number 5, dressing alike. I feel like it's necessarily a standard that twins dress alike, or identical twins like me and him, we dress alike when we're young. I don't know if all twins do it. I'm pretty sure not all of them do it, but for the most part, a lot of identical twins dress like just alike when they're young. And it comes to a point where it's kind of annoying. If you think people like confuse us now, like when we dress alike, I can look at old pictures and I can't even tell the difference between us when we're dressing alike. Like, it's ridiculous. I remember one day we came to our mom and we was like, you know, we don't want to be twins no more. Like, we didn't like dressing alike. Like, we became grow a hate for it, because it just got annoying. We kind of just wanted our own style.
Yeah, so that was definitely a con, because you feel me? Like I said, as we grew up and stuff like that, we kind of wanted to be ourselves. Like, we obviously like Jordans, we like same designer, like we like all that, but we don't like to get the same stuff. Like, if you going to get a pair of sneakers, like I might get the same but different color, but I would never get the same pair of sneakers. As you grow up, you feel me, you kind of still, you feel me, you kind of grow apart from that.
So now we're gonna get into the pros. Pro number 1 is supportive. It's very supportive. We always got somebody by our side, no matter what it is. Through thick and thin, through heaven and hell, it don't matter what it is, rain, sleet, snow. Like, we always got somebody by our side, no matter what. And I know, like, out of all people, he won't judge me. He won't take anything I say as weird or look at me different. Like, I can come to him and say the most ridiculous thing in the world, and he'll like, it'll just be like a regular conversation. Like, it's always supportive. You always got somebody by your side. You always got somebody to talk to and stuff like that.
Yeah, so definitely, like you said, somebody that's gonna have your back no matter what. That's not gonna judge you, because you know there's plenty of people in this world. Like, the human's natural reaction to judge somebody, but with him, it's just like, I tell him anything. We'll be on the same page sometimes. We won't be on the same page sometimes. You feel me? If you don't agree with it, like, we'll get to a point where we can agree to it. Like, always having somebody that's, you feel me, that's behind your back no matter what. You feel me? It's definitely a plus. So yeah.
I remember one time he was walking and there was this big crowd of people that came, and he had got into it with them. You know, Big Bro had to come out. You know, if you didn't know, I'm no older brother, and you know, I had to come out. You know, settle it, and you know, I had to come air it out like a B&B.
All right, stop right there. Number 1, don't ever say that again in your life. Number 2, you feel me? I could have really handled it myself, honestly. You feel me? He just came at like the right point. You feel me? And you feel me? So, you know, that's that story. We gonna go into pro number 2.
Pro number 2, the ability to split money, especially growing up. And, you know, having more responsibilities, you know, having, like, we have our own car and stuff like that. Well, we have 2 cars, so it's like, no matter if we had to change the tires or get engine work, or, you know, whatever it might be, gas, oil, antifreeze, like, we always have the ability to split money. And it's like, it comes to a point like we don't even discuss it. It's always like, we go get this done, or send me this. Like, it's real cheap and real beneficial. And it's a really good financial standpoint to it, where it's like we don't have to, you know, pay full price. We can always knock it down in half.
So like, even with that, like you said, like, even on insurance, we go half on insurance. Like, we go half on a lot of stuff. Like, just having the ability to split money with somebody. You can split money with your friends, obviously, and stuff like that. But when you have somebody that y'all already know, y'all on the same page for splitting money, like, we can get this and split money. Like, we get more stuff because we're able to split money, basically. So say if we only need one thing, for me, it's only one thing for both of us. So let's say if we want to get a basketball, you feel me, for a single person, you gotta get a basketball for yourself. So you might have to spend like $30 for basketball. But for me and him, it's just like, we only need basketball. We only need one basketball for both of us. So we able to go 15 and 15 on basketball. So benefits like that, basically. That was a great example. Benefits like that, you feel me, like, we can just split money down the line.
Pro number 3 is being the eye catcher. Now, this kind of go hand in hand with the dramatic reactions, but this is the good side of it, and the good reactions, I guess you could say, that we get. So it's like, you know, growing up, we went to quite a few different elementary schools and stuff like that. So and we was not the most outgoing kids when we was young. We was kind of shy. So, but going in as twins, it's like an eye catcher. Like people, they're automatically interested in you just because you look alike. And it's like, you know, you don't see identical twins on a daily basis. When we go in, people already kind of quote unquote accepts us, I guess you could say. So it's like we was already, you know, they like, oh yeah, those are twins, blah blah blah. People already kind of wanted to talk to us and stuff. It's like being an eye catcher. Like we kind of like stand out, not in a cocky way, but it's like you don't have to like try extra hard to necessarily fit in or gain friends. It's kind of like it already came to us because people was already interested and we already kind of stood out because we, you know, looked alike.
Like you said, not to be cocky, but honestly, if we both step in a room full of people, like people are gonna look at us. Like, I'm he told me a little while ago, out of every 1,000 births, only 3 pairs of them are twins. You feel me? And that's being identical twins, like only 1,000 births. So it's definitely a blessing. Like I definitely never take being a twin or even take my life for granted because it's definitely a blessing. You feel me? Because out of 1,000 births, like that's a lot, and only 3 pairs of them are twins. Like that's a lot.
So pro number 4 is having each other's company. I can't stress enough that this is a pro. Though growing up, we always had each other, no matter what it was. We always had each other, and no matter if that was, you know, playing the game, wrestling, playing with toys, playing basketball, you know, trashing him on the court at all times.
Stop.
At all times, trashing him on
Y'all
the
gonna
court.
see what? Y'all gonna see what?
All types of work. Anyhow, but we always had, you know, each other for everything. Like we never had to necessarily go out and make friends, or like we always had each other. Like I can walk into a building with 10,000 people and they could all be friends, they could all be good, but as long as I got him, like I'm Gucci. Like I don't need nobody else. Like I always got his, like we always had each other, and that was always like a good thing.
Always having each other company, like it was always good. Remember to have somebody to grow up with and play with. And, you know, as a single child, I know, you feel me, you basically growing up by yourself, so you got to make your own friends and stuff like that. But like being a twin, like this is my friend, like it's my best friend, honestly. Always having somebody that you can do stuff with, agree with, you feel me, I like the same stuff. So always having somebody that you can do stuff with is definitely always a plus. You know, we never got bored with anything, you feel me, we always had each other.
Pro number 5, which is, you know, it being motivational. I can't even name how many motivational talks we didn't have with each other. Like how many talks we didn't have that picked the other one up. You know, sometimes I might be down and he'll come in and we'll have like a conversation and he can pick me up. We could talk about our goals and our aspirations together. Like we can really set bars high that we both can reach, and it's like we both motivate each other. Like no matter what it is, like we always bringing the next one up. Like that's one thing I can always count on. It's like I can always go to him and tell him something and know and like feel good about it and know that he got my back and know that we can go in this together and we can like, you know, proceed and, you know, reach our goals. And no matter what it is, like we just like being around him, it's like motivational because it's like a certain energy that we have as twins. Like, I don't know what it is. It's some type of energy. I don't know what it is, but it's just some type of energy, and it's like it motivates me to go harder.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely. Like say we're in a race, you feel me, and I'm 200 feet ahead of him. He 200 feet behind me. You feel me? If I see him struggling, like I'm gonna come back and come help him so we can finish the race together. Like that's how it is. Like you feel me? Motivation. Like even if he buys something, like that's motivation for me to go out and go get it too. Definitely having somebody that you can like compete with but not compete with. If one eat, we all eat. So you feel me? So having the ability to look at somebody and look at somebody as motivation, you feel me?
All right, so that was the pros and the cons of being a twin. Hopefully you get a better gist of what it's like to be a twin. This is just our everyday life stuff. We, you know, go through this on a daily basis. It's normal to us, but I know some people are so amazed with being twins.
Yeah. I
feel like this was a good intro video. Y'all kind of got to know a tiny bit about us.
Yeah.
But trust me, we got way more stuff. We got way more bigger things, bigger goals, better content in mind that we can give to y'all.
Sure.
And it's only up from here, so just make sure y'all subscribe, make sure y'all like,
comment and share also.
We just gonna go up and, you know, keep running it up like Forrest Gump. You dig? So, all right, y'all, deuces.
All right.